was talking to my mom recently, and we stumbled upon the topic of how do people go about in getting their values or setting up their moral compasses. And there was one family that stood out where this mom's entire strategy was just force. Everything was evil, everything was bad. She thought that if she could push her kids hard enough away from the bad stuff, they would automatically do the good stuff. But when you force things like that, you're not building a foundation, you're building a cage. And what happens when you put someone in a cage? The second they're strong enough, they will break the bars of that cage and run. They all rebel. It is the most common story heard around the world. Because the key takeaways of these sort of situations is the following. You cannot force a lifestyle onto someone, including friends, family, or anyone else. You just can't. It will never work. People ask me all the time, why do you not eat meat? Why are you so disciplined? Or why do you keep the Sabbath each week? And the truth is, it's not an intense discipline I was forced into. It was just the environment I grew up in. I never remember my parents sitting me down and screaming at me how meat was evil, or how doing that made me a lot worse than other people. They didn't degrade me just because of these things that I have now implemented in my life. They didn't lock me in my room in some sort of time out or really force me to not do certain things on Sabbath. They just lived it out. They were an example for me, and an example that I can identify now that really formed how my identity is and who I am now. There are things that are non-negotiable in life. For our house, it was going to church on Saturday. And this wasn't a punishment. It was just the rhythm of our environment, our life. They set the example, and slowly I started to adopt it. It just caught on. I grew up in it, and because of it, I watched them live it out.
It's exactly like teaching someone how to swim. Depends on how you teach them, the tone you use when you're teaching them, and absolutely more importantly, it can't be always out of the pool, yelling at them, screaming at them, what they're doing wrong, or the rules that have to be done. It works both ways if you're either instructing or as a lifeguard. If you have that individual or that kid most of the time panic, they will hate the water forever.
If I want them to actually learn, I don't force them. I get in the water. I show them the strokes. I just state the example, and eventually, they catch on. There's a massive difference between being strictly forceful and just having non-negotiables. Force is a heavy load you drop on someone else's back. A non-negotiable is just you saying, "This is how I live," and leaving the door open for them to follow. So, if you want to pass on your values, stop trying to force a change. Stop trying to build cages. Just be the example and let it catch on.